Welcome back to The Great Expanse by John Bat 426. I've been waiting on you. About time you got here. No, I'm kidding. But the news this morning, DC News, Warner Brothers Discovery, which has been officially christened by me as What a Bunch of Heads. If Henry Cavill goes to Marvel, what a bunch of heads. Here's the headline. Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman returning in multiple upcoming DC movies. Yes. The only movie I didn't like her in was Wonder Woman 1984. Because it stunk. It should have been called Diana Prince 1984 because Wonder Woman was hardly in the movie. Then there's that scene where she's like trotting down the street after Chris Pine's character, Steve Trevor, vanishes and becomes who he really is. And it just looks so wacky. And then the way she turned the plane invisible, that was a terrible movie. Very forgettable. And Patty Jenkins, get your act together. As I said, the premise for the third movie should be Wonder Woman versus Dr. Psycho. Dr. Psycho should be played by this guy. This guy here. Peter Dinklage. Get it done. Come on now. So, Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman returning in multiple upcoming DC movies. That's good news, because Wonder Woman is a character that needs a lot of airtime, but she's a fantastic character. The DCEU has dealt with one problem after another ever since 2017's Justice League swerved it off course. Thanks, Kevin Tsujihara. That's never been more true than the recent cancellation of Batgirl, which was a sign of Warner Brothers' drastic new direction for the brand. But what are the big mainstays? For example, what's the future of Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman? That's what we're all wondering. The actress is currently set to return for a third outing, with Patty Jenkins returning to direct. Patty, get your act together, okay? But if Leslie Grace's debut can be scrapped in post-production, nothing is safe. Could Wonder Woman 3 be another casualty? If it sucks, it should be scrapped. Okay? The character has also been seen in some behind-the-scenes images for The Flash after the big timeline reset. Cool. And even gets a mention in Shazam! Fury of the Gods. I don't want mentions. I want to see Wonder Woman in action kicking butt. Okay? For those wondering what the fate of Gal Gadot's Amazonian warrior is now that Warner Brothers CEO David Zaslav has made some of those massive changes, some new information may hint at the character surviving the metaphorical slaughter. Next headline. Gal Gadot's future as DC's Wonder Woman. In a Twitter space conversation between Fandango's Eric Davis and The Rap's Humberto Gonzalez, the two discussed where Warner Brothers stands with its DC projects. Discussed where Warner Brothers DC stands with its DC projects is at following the massive Batgirl conversation. Something was wrong with that grammar there. Among the various topics discussed, the status of Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman was put into the spotlight. So what will her fate be once all of the many pieces have stopped moving? When asked if she was going to be in at least one more movie, Gonzalez exclaimed how she was for sure going to be in more. And in fact, she's in a couple other movies that are due for release. So this is hearsay. This is his quote. Let me see, what's his name? So I can put on a fake accent. Oh, it's Gonzalez, okay? Wonder Woman probably lives. Many aren't likely surprised to hear that Gal Gadot's heroine has a good chance for more appearances down the line. She's not only been a fan favorite, but her role in the old DCEU is among some of the more successful elements of the whole cinematic universe, except for Wonder Woman 1984. Though, even if Wonder Woman 3 is still set to be made, might the story need some drastic alterations if Zaslav's future 10-year plan requires it? Again, this 10-year plan is like a campaign promise. When I'm in office, when I'm elected, I will vow to stop dogs from chasing cats. Hopefully, whatever that agenda entails will be made a little clearer sooner rather than later. As for the teased project mentioned by Gonzalez, which could include Gadot. Fans already know how the character is seen in Fury of the Gods. Maybe a later scene will actually bring the actress into the fold. The Flash also seems like an obvious place for her to be. The evidence does seem pretty damning. As for the next DC film, Black Adam, there haven't been any clues as to, okay, this is just blah, 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 blah. Alright, so this is just, okay. Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. I loved the first Wonder Woman movie. Cool. The fight with Aries, one of my favorite parts of the movie is the Aries reveal with David Thewlis. I think that's how you pronounce it. That just slow dialogue, that just menace to the man. I was like, this is awesome. That's my favorite part of the movie. The fight was a little messy. It's like a whole bunch of rocks and gravel in the air. It was literally a messy fight. And it's like, did Wonder Woman just kill one of the gods? She just killed the god of war in warfare? Nah. No. Only a god can kill another god. And Wonder Woman is part god. Come on now. That was corny. The fight wasn't, well, like I said, the fight was messy. I love the premise of Aries being introduced, but she killed Aries. Corny. I really like Gal Gadot in Superman Dawn of Justice. She was one of the highlights of that movie. In both versions, the theatrical and the director's cut. Like I said, Wonder Woman 1984, let's pretend that didn't happen. Justice League, and remember, I only acknowledge or identify with one Justice League, Zack Snyder's. Fantastic. Fantastic. She was awesome in that. So when somebody has their head on straight, Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman can really bring it on screen. All right. So I definitely want to see more Wonder Woman in the upcoming movies. Like I said, my premise for Wonder Woman 3, come on, Dr. Psycho. One thing that DC has always had a problem with is the animation being miles ahead of the live action. Now, obviously, you don't have to really, you don't really have any limitations when it comes to animation for effects, but the stories are 1,000 times better too. The seriousness, the tones are better as well. So I don't know if Warner Brothers Discovery just has a problem with egos or what, but there's no way your cartoon should be better than your live action. No way! No way. So, come on DC. Come on WBD. Change that moniker from what a bunch of kids to Warner Brothers Discovery again. And let's get Wonder Woman 3 going with a strong villain, a strong story, and intelligence. Please. Come on. Watch Harley Quinn the animated series if you don't know what to do with Wonder Woman and the invisible stuff. Come on, watch that. Like, please. For love of Pete. This has been a Great Expanse by John Bat 426. So glad you could join me here on YouTube. And again, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell the postman, tell the grocery store clerk about the Great Expanse by John Bat 426, a site on YouTube dedicated and devoted to comic book related materials and resources. And very soon, we're going to have a biopic about a specific character. We're going to have reads of comic books, and we're going to have a little more exploratory insight to some major Marvel and DC and Image and Dark Horse characters. All right, so thank you so much for joining me. Can't wait to see you for the next video.